Domestic abuse survivors, why couldn't you just leave? Because it's not as easy as it sounds. When I first met Melissa, she was the sweetest person ever. She was a petite 5'1" girl that made me feel special. She made me feel seen, heard. We got married after just a year of dating. In hindsight, we went too fast for my liking, but she brushed my concerns off and convinced me it was a good idea. Sure enough, she was right at first. We were still in the honeymoon phase, all love-dovey, and we even had twins. Sure, we had some disagreements here and there about the kids, but nothing crazy. But then slowly, things changed. It started with mood swings, erratic, violent mood swings. She'd yell and make the babies cry, then later apologize and swear it would never happen again. But then she started putting me down in front of her friends. It was just little jokes, but personal ones. Still, I laughed them off because it felt easier than making a scene. Besides, I loved her. I figured maybe I deserved it somehow. The real shift happened so slowly, I didn't even realize it until it was too late. It went from shouting to name-calling. Then the slaps began. At first it was just during arguments. She would cry afterward and swear she wouldn't do that again. I believed her. But after a while, the apologies stopped. She started threatening me instead. I wanted to pack my things and leave, but I couldn't leave the kids with her. It was too dangerous. I remember thinking I needed to report her, but when I threatened her that I was going to call the cops, she mockingly said that if I ever told anyone she was abusing me, she would hurt herself and blame me. She even went into the bathroom and bruised her stomach there and then, just to prove she was capable. She told me over and over that no one believes a man who claims he's being abused. She even showed me news stories about abused fathers losing custody battles. That was the moment I gave up. I knew she had the upper hand. There was nothing I could do, so I just retreated into myself. I stopped seeing my family and friends because she made it too difficult. I had bruises I could not explain. I missed work because of injuries. I lied so much it started feeling like the truth. My friend Ray was one of the only people who still talked to me. He was the first person who asked if I was okay. One day I showed up to work with a broken finger. I said it was a work accident, but even I could hear how weak I sounded. Ray pulled me aside. I tried to brush it off, but he wouldn't let me. He said his sister had been through something similar. He said he knew the signs. I wanted to tell him he was wrong, to keep lying, but I couldn't. That night, Melissa went through my phone as she did every night, and she found texts from Ray asking if I needed help. She lost it. She smashed my phone into the wall and beat me with a pan. The kids were in their rooms crying, and I could hear Jack sobbing into his blanket. Afterward, Melissa sat on the couch like nothing happened. After that night, our kids visibly changed. Emma stopped talking. Jack started wetting the bed. Their teachers called home with concerns. Melissa handled it like she always did. She blamed me. She told them I was angry and unstable. Meanwhile, at work, I started secretly researching shelters and resources. Everything I found scared me even more. The courts were not kind to fathers. It felt like no matter what I did, it was pointless. But then Ray introduced me to his sister, who survived something similar. She got me connected with a counselor who specialized in helping men like me. She helped me start documenting my injuries in private. I finally had a plan. But then Melissa found out what I was doing 2 months later. I don't know how, but when she did, she snapped. She launched boiling water at me. It hit my chest and my arms. I screamed from the pain. I tried to back away, but she cornered me and started laying into me. Emma came running out of her room crying, begging her to stop. Melissa shoved her into the wall, and Emma crumpled to the floor. That was it. That was the moment something inside me broke. Through the burning pain and panic, I remembered the recorder hidden inside my phone case. I turned it on without her noticing. My voice was shaking while I asked her why she does this to us. And in a fit of rage, she started ranting, screaming about how she owned me, how she could destroy me anytime she wanted. Every word of hers was caught on tape. Every hit, every slap, every scream. When she finally went upstairs to take a shower later, I grabbed the kids. I wrapped Emma and Jack up in blankets and carried them out to the car. My arms were raw and burned, and I could barely hold the steering wheel. My heart was hammering, but we drove to Ray's house. He opened the door without a word and just pulled all of us inside. That night, I didn't sleep. I held the kids while they slept. I stared at the ceiling and thought about how the real fight was still coming. Melissa could still try to hurt us, and try hurt us she did. I couldn't tell you what Melissa did to him here, but don't worry, the full story is on my channel and linked below.